Welcome to Quinn's Next Step. I'm Quinn. So I realized I did the video the other day introducing my German Shepherd Ellie, but I didn't really introduce myself a whole lot. So what I thought I'd do today is give you a history of my work background. This is not extensive, as I'm sure there were some odd jobs here and there that I did not include in this list, but let's check them out. Okay, so first on the list, when I was 15, I went to work with some family members at Reconditioned Systems Incorporated, which at the time we refurbished office furniture and resold it. There was an Abco Food Market, formerly Alpha Beta, which was a 84 spinoff. And so it was located in Phoenix and Tucson. And eventually sold off to Safeways, Bash's, and Albertsons, and many independent grocers operating as IGA stores. Had a cashier once try to get me to mop the freezer. I said, no way. But I did fall for shaking the Italian dressing bottles. Just looked nice. Also, while in high school, for about a year, maybe less, I worked at a Harkins Theater that was on 67th Avenue in Thomas that no longer exists, I don't think. Okay, and between 1997 and 2000, I worked at Taco Bell. It's always fun to find out what you can make out of the ingredients they already have there. So I started working at Best Buy after Taco Bell in 1999, and I've actually worked at a total of 5 different Best Buys in 3 states: Phoenix, Goodyear, Avondale, all in Arizona, then Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Wilmington, Delaware. And as you can see, from 2000 to 2009, I worked at a TGI Fridays off and on, several different stores in several different states, and definitely learned the most about how to make food, make friends, and serve other people. I was once a karaoke host at Aguila's Lighthouse. We just always call it the Lighthouse, out in West Phoenix, Avondale, Litchfield Park area. If you know it, you know it. And I was also a bartender at Neighbor's Bar up in Peoria, Arizona, and a server at the Saddle Ranch that opened up at the Westgate Center in Glendale. For a short stint, while I was working at TGI Fridays and Best Buy, I worked as a night auditor at the Holiday Inn in Goodyear, but that didn't last very long. In between working for TGI Fridays and Best Buy, I did try some other things. I went and worked at the Shamrock Food Warehouse in Phoenix, Arizona. Worked in the deli, the freezer, the dry storage. Enjoyed throwing boxes. Made good money. Got to work out while getting paid. And the more I worked out, the more I got paid, so that always works out. But that did take a toll on the body after a while, and so I went into life insurance benefits. Would like to thank Steve Hartme for bringing me into the American Income Life Insurance family. At that time, it was a huge growing and learning experience for me, and I appreciate everything that I learned in that industry as well. So all at one time, I worked at Saddle Ranch, Chop House, Neighbor's Neighborhood Pub as a bartender. Was also working at TGI Fridays, and so I was working 3 jobs 7 days a week. and decided I couldn't do that anymore, wasn't getting anywhere. So I went ahead and decided to join the Army. When I chose to join the Army, I did so under pretty dire circumstances in my own head, but I knew if I did it, that God would bless it and that my life would be better then and thereafter. So in 2009, at 29 years old, I joined the U.S. Army, went to basic training at Fort Benning, Georgia, medic school at Fort Sam Houston, Texas, and then was stationed down at Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas. Did one tour to Kirkuk, Iraq, and when they ended stop loss, I was involuntarily separated 4 months prior to my contract being up. So from there, I used the GI Bill at the University of New Mexico to get my bachelor's in film and digital media. And during that time, I did a few different jobs. One was installing furniture for Advanced Business Services. I took a Boots to Business course in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And then in 2014, I decided to start Next Step Media Productions, where I would just create videos with the same camera I'm using today for local businesses, nonprofits, and government agencies. And also for churches. They including Concerned Veterans for America in 2015 and 2016, Mo's Heroes in 2016, the Greater Berlin Chamber of Commerce 2015 through 2018, and that was in combination with the Berlin Main Street Partnership. To include some of the small businesses like the Hub City Brew Company and First Baptist Church Berlin. And individuals I helped out in New Mexico include Rose Gould, who owned her small business, Life 180 Biorhythm Center in Berlin, New Mexico, Vicki Johnston in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Van Ann Moore, performer out of Berlin, New Mexico. And so that's how I finished out 2019 or 2018. In 2019, I moved from New Mexico to Texas. Instead of continuing Next Step Media Productions as is, working with individuals, small businesses, churches, and nonprofits, and government agencies. Since 2020, I have worked in concerts, live streams, convention centers, and corporate events. Contracting positions have included Bird Dog PTZ camera operator, breakout audio-visual technician, breakout operator float, camera operator mostly, a general hand, graphics engineer, or PowerPoint presentations, pre-production planning, recording operator, set strike labor, switch operator, video engineer, and video technician. So now I definitely want to give a shout out to all of the contractors that have hired me in the last few years. So a big shout out to the whole crew at Studios at Fisher, at ATX Event Systems, HC Productions, ETA, Zodiac Studios, and Event Staffing. So all of that to say, hi, I'm Quinn. Please like, subscribe, share this video, and all the ones I make with it, as this is how I'm taking my next step. So with that, check me out at quinsnextstep.com. Also at Next Step Media Pro on YouTube. Quinn's Next Step on Rumble. Quinn's Next Step on Locals. And on X, Quinn's Next Step. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate everybody taking the time to watch this. We'll see you on the next one.
Take the next step a little bit closer. Take the next step with Quinn. Take the next step, never stop learning. Falling down, then get back up and take the next step again.